philosophy for biology. In biology, from today I am going to start a new chapter, which is tissue. Class 5 before this, we have completed chapter number 5, which is the fundamental unit of life. In fundamental unit of life, we have studied about various types of organelles which are present inside the cytoplasm of cell. Of course, these cytoplasmic organelles are of three types. Few cytoplasmic organelles are amembranous in nature, few are single membranous in nature, and few cytoplasmic organelles are double membranous in structure. In chapter number 5, we have studied about various types of cells present in plants and present in animals also. Let's come to tissue. What is tissue? Students, listen very carefully. When same kind of cells unite together to perform a special type of function or same kind of function, then such combination of cells is known as tissue. Again I am repeating. Cells of same kind which are same in origin unite together to perform same kind of function are known as tissue. Very easy, very simple. These tissues, as written in your NCERT book, are of two types. These tissues are of two types: plant tissues and animal tissues. Let me say something about something differences about plant tissues and animal tissues. I say, students, that plants are stagnant at one place. They don't move from one place to another like animals. So plants are having much more tissues for their mechanical support because they used to stand at one place throughout the life. And what about animals? Animals always move from one place to another in search of food, shelter and mate. In search of food, shelter and mate, all living animals used to move from one place to another. This is basic difference between plant and animal. And because of this reason, tissues of plants and animals are also different. We will study about these tissues, these special kind of tissues in this chapter. Now, tissues can be divided for our convenience in study into plant tissue and animal tissue. Now, plant tissues are of two types: meristematic tissues and permanent tissues. Meristematic tissues and permanent tissues. What is meristematic tissue? Students, meristematic tissues are those tissues which are having ability to divide. Those tissues which are having ability to divide, they are known as meristematic tissues. These meristematic tissues are of three types: apical meristematic tissue, lateral meristematic tissue and intercalary meristematic tissue. Three types of meristematic tissues are present in all plants. Now come to apical. Apical meristematic tissue is again of two types: root apical meristematic tissue and shoot apical meristematic tissue. Shoot apical meristematic tissue. Root apical meristematic tissue. Apical meristematic, पहले apical meristematic tissue जानते हैं. Apical meristematic tissue is present at the apex of the stem or shoot. Stem is also known as shoot, so don't become confused. Apical meristematic tissue is present at the apex of stem or apex of root. On both sides of plant, this apical meristematic tissue is present. So, the tissue which is present at the apical portion of shoot is known as shoot apical meristematic tissue, and the tissue present at the tip of the root just before the root cap is known as tissue. Understood? So apical meristematic tissue is of two types, root apical and shoot apical meristematic tissue. Now come to lateral meristematic tissue. Students, as I told you that meristematic tissues are those which are having ability to divide. Then tell me, what is the result of division in apical meristematic tissue of stem? Or in other words, what is the result of division in shoot apical meristematic tissue? क्या result होगा इसका? Since shoot apical meristematic tissues are present at the tip of any stem, so as a result of division of meristematic cells in stem apical area, what happens? The plant growth takes place. The plant becomes very long if there is division in apical meristematic cells. And what is the result of division in meristematic cells in root apical? Because of division in root apical meristematic cells, the root goes more deeper into the soil in search of water and mineral for the purpose of photosynthesis. So what happens if there is division in shoot apical meristematic tissue? Then length of shoot rises, and when there is division in root apical meristematic tissue, then root goes deep into the soil. ठीक है, पता चल गया? Now come to second type of meristematic tissue, which is written in the book, lateral meristematic tissue. Lateral meristematic tissue. This lateral meristematic tissue is present. यहाँ पे ड्रॉ करते हैं, आप लोगों को समझ में आ जाएगा. If we cut a section of this wooden piece, if we cut a section of this wooden piece, then what happens? We will observe this kind of structure. This, we have cut a section of this pointer. Then what happens? This kind of structure C. And where this lateral meristematic tissue is situated, this lateral meristematic tissue is located here. Here lateral meristematic tissue is present. So students, if there is division in this lateral meristematic tissue, then what happens? The stem of that plant increases its width, width. As a result of division in lateral meristematic tissue, the width of the plant increases. ठीक है, ये बात क्लियर हुई? ठीक है, lateral meristematic tissue. हर प्लांट में ये हर तरह के टिश्यूज होते हैं, रूट एपिकल, शूट एपिकल, lateral meristematic tissue and intercalary meristematic tissue, ये सब होते हैं. Now come to third one, intercalary meristematic tissue. आपने प्लांट देखा होगा, अभी प्रीवियस वीडियो में हमने आपको वीट का प्लांट दिखाया भी. तो in case of wheat plant or in case of any plant, the place from where branch is going to arise, ये main tree है, इसमें ये branch है. तो the place where the branch is going to arise, intercalary meristematic tissue is present. इसमें डिवीजन से क्या होता है? इंटरकैलरी यहाँ भी होगा, यहाँ भी होगा. तो इंटरकैलरी meristematic tissue, when intercalary meristematic tissue used to divide, then what happens? The joint place of branches with the trunk, with the main trunk, become very क्या? Harder. ठीक है? Become very durable. So students, these are various types of meristematic tissues. Now I am going to tell you a few lines about permanent tissues which are present in plants. What are permanent tissues? Permanent tissues are those meristematic tissues which loses the ability to divide. So those meristematic tissues which loses the ability to divide are known as permanent tissues. These permanent tissues are again of two types: simple permanent tissue and complex permanent tissue. Simple permanent tissue is divisible into three: parenchyma, collenchyma and sclerenchyma, and complex permanent tissue can be divided into xylem and phloem. These xylem and phloem are combinedly known as conductive tissues. Xylem and phloem are combinedly known as conductive tissues because xylem and phloem used to conduct various things from soil to leaves and from leaves to various storage organs. So students, draw this flow chart in your fair copy. First thing. Second thing, read all these terms, read the locations, read the functions, read the structures of these meristematic type of tissues as I explained in class, and we will study about permanent tissues in detail in next online classes. Okay? Thank you class 9. Thank you.